One of the lasting legacies Pope Francis leaves is a handful of very talented women he elevated to senior positions, always held by men. Back in 2016, a headline-grabbing appointment. With the first Latin American pope came the first Spanish-speaking spokesperson.
Extremely difficult, extremely beautiful, and the honor of my life.
Paloma Garcia Ovaher was the first woman to serve as the deputy director of the Holy See press office. She credits Francis with pulling the church in line with society outside of Vatican City.
It's just the beginning. He did baby steps regarding women, top-level positions, but there's no way back.
But she was the first of many.
He made the head of the Vatican Museums, the director of the Vatican Museums, which is the second largest museum in the world, right after the Louvre. He gave this appointment to Barbara Yatta, and he gave it to a very skilled woman who's been able to face the challenges of a museum that receives 6.7 million visitors a year.
Several years later, Pope Francis gave the first woman voting rights in the Synod, the church's governing body, and later appointed the first woman to lead a major Vatican department. And from his hospital bed last month, his most high-profile appointment yet.
One of the last things that Pope Francis did was he confirmed the appointment of Sister Raffaella Petrini, who is essentially running the governatorato. Basically, she's the governor of Vatican City. And the way they talk about the arrival of Sister Raffaella, they talk about, and then the sister came, and everything started to get better. What Pope Francis has done is simply taken these women, these religious sisters or lay women, who have worked behind the scenes, carrying this incredible burden on their shoulders.
And given them the title.
Put them in the front lines, put them in the limelight, finally gave them the spotlight that they deserve.
Lavinia Roque Carrera is the Secretary General of the World Union of Catholic Women's Organizations and says Francis will be remembered for what she calls the appreciation of women.
An appreciation of women, which has translated into serious roles of power.
Yes, not only, but also listening to the most marginalized women.
Which was core to his mission. She also points out that it was no secret the new appointments brought some order.
He once mentioned that everything was working much better since they were there.
Not surprised.
Much more accurate, much more organized.
And this week, inside St. Peter's Basilica, as thousands filed past to say their final goodbyes, 81-year-old French-Argentine nun, Sister Genevieve Genengro, approached Francis's open coffin, a restricted area reserved for cardinals, bishops, and Catholic priests, in other words, for men. When she burst into tears, no one interrupted her. She was allowed her moment of personal grief, a break in protocol, though one that Francis may have approved of.
And Molly, what a moment every time we see it. Talk to us about the relationship he had with that nun.
So they were reportedly close friends for decades, first meeting back in Buenos Aires, and that friendship was so well known that some are saying that's why she was allowed to stay.
Yeah, such a special moment. Molly, we thank you for bringing us that story.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.